The day I threw the divorce papers on the table was the first time my wife looked powerless. My name is Ethan, and for the last 3 years, I've been married to one of the most powerful women in the city. My wife, Sophia Carter, is a CEO. Cold, sharp, the kind of woman who can walk into a boardroom and make grown men nervous just by looking at them. People admire her, fear her, respect her, but none of them know what it's like to be married to her. At the beginning, things were different. She used to smile more. She used to call me during the day just to hear my voice. But the higher she climbed in her company, the further away she drifted from me. First it was late meetings. Then business trips. Then nights where she didn't even come home. And when she did, she barely noticed I was there. 3 years. 3 years of eating dinner alone. 3 years of her assistant knowing her schedule better than I did. 3 years of feeling like I was just another object in her penthouse. A decoration. Something that was simply there. So one evening, I decided I was done pretending everything was fine. Sophia walked into the penthouse around midnight, heels echoing against the marble floor. She was still on a phone call, talking coldly about some multi-million-dollar deal. She didn't even look at me. I tossed an envelope onto the glass table. The sound made her stop mid-sentence. She slowly lowered the phone and looked down. Her eyes scanned the document. Then the title, Divorce Agreement. For the first time in years, Sophia Carter looked completely frozen. Ethan, she said quietly. I leaned back on the couch, completely calm. You should read the last page, I said. That's where you sign. She stared at the papers like they couldn't possibly be real. This isn't funny. I'm not joking. Silence filled the entire penthouse. Her hand started shaking slightly as she picked up the document. Where is this coming from? She asked. I let out a small laugh. Seriously? Ethan, if something is wrong we can talk about it. I stood up slowly. Talk? Sophia, you haven't had a real conversation with me in over a year. That's not true. Name one dinner we had together this month. She opened her mouth. Nothing came out. I shrugged. Exactly. Her voice got quieter. You know my work is demanding. Your work? I said calmly. Your assistant talks to you more than your husband does. She looked down at the papers again. You're overreacting. Maybe, I said, grabbing my coat. But I'm still leaving. The moment I started walking toward the door, something happened I never expected. Sophia rushed forward and grabbed my arm. Hard. Don't go. Her voice cracked. I looked down at her hand, then back at her face. The woman who could destroy companies with a single decision looked like she was seconds away from crying. You can't just leave like this, she whispered. I tilted my head slightly. Watch me. Her grip tightened. Ethan, please. That word sounded strange coming from her. Please. I'll change, she said quickly. I'll cancel meetings, I'll come home earlier, we can take a vacation.